Hey, good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I was watching the sunrise; it was pretty beautiful. And I did these backwards. I'm pretty sure because I know I didn't read this. So today is actually January 17th, but I'm reading the 16th because yesterday I read the 17th. When it was the 16th? So then you get all of them. They're just flip flops. So today I'm going to read January 16th, even though it's the 17th, and then yeah, I just lost my space. So I'll start here. So January 16th. We must train from the inside out, using our strengths to attack and nullify weaknesses. It's not about a weakness. It's not about denying a weakness may exist, but about denying its right to persist. Hey, Marcia. Vince McConnell. And you've probably noticed I've picked quotes like this on purpose because so much of these types of quotes come out of the personal development world or the coaching world. And it's all about nullifying weaknesses and using our strengths to attack and nullify weaknesses. I mean, it's pretty intense language. So I want to read that again. We must train from the inside out. Now that I agree with, like, I don't know about the word train, but work from the inside out or reconnect from the inside out. Using our strengths to attack and nullify weaknesses. It's not about denying a weakness may exist, but about denying its right to persist. Well, sometimes, I don't know about you, but my character adaptations, which I like to call them, they persist. And what I've come to understand over the years in this work is I'm going to use the word imprints. They're very early imprints that we got. And when we're in 0 to 8, the ages of 0 to 8, we're in alpha and what's called theta brainwave. So theta brainwave is like a hypnotic state. We just absorb everything around us. And those imprints are super impactful. So, and I know an imprint, my husband and I were talking about this the other day on the part of the drive, the long epic drive. Like the core thing, like what's your core thing, what's mine? I know mine was centered around abandonment. And I know, even though I don't have a conscious memory of that, I so feel this. And when I've worked with other practitioners, they're like, yeah, this is a super, super young, like, part of you. And I would call it the before you had words part of you. So that's what I see repeating itself in my life over and over again. Do I see improvement on it? Absolutely. But why I think things persist, and this is my belief now. I've heard things like we're being tested, things stay around until we get it right. I believe why things stay around and persist is because they're there to help us learn to accept and love ourselves more fully. That's what I believe. And I believe that with every fiber of my being. Do I always practice that? Am I always capable of going, oh, that's why this is here? No. Do I get impatient with myself? Do I get irritated? Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, the heat just went off, so now I don't have to feel like I'm yelling. Absolutely. But it's this, if we think about it this way and go, this is here to help encourage me to find some self-acceptance and self-love, what a different way to see it. And what a different way from nullifying weaknesses and attack it. And even it's there because you've attracted it. You've manifested this because you're not looking at your vision board well enough, or you're not, aligning yourself right. Oh my God. Talk about, what's the word I want to use? Spiritual whipping. I mean, to beat ourselves using spirituality to do it, to use the law of attraction and go, well, you're just not aligned right. You're not practicing this right. You got to create you've got to visualize this better. I've said this. I've never been a great visualizer. So that's why that quote, and obviously before I read this, I just was like, that quote, I put it here on purpose because I see quotes like this. And if we can start to wake up from the nightmare of a lot of what's being put out there, under personal development. I'm not saying these people mean anything bad by it. I believe they believe what we're all trained. It's creating a stronger ego. It's pushing the ego's agenda instead of like, how can I love and be kind to myself regardless of the flaws and foibles in my life, regardless of how I keep going back to a pattern over and over again? And what if it's not because I'm bad or wrong or stupid or getting it wrong? What if it's that I keep going back to this apple tree for orange juice? Because what's really meant to happen for me is I'm meant to start to accept and love myself and tune into that child within me that really needs the loving kindness. What a different way to see this. So true. It's not a karate fight, right, Marcia? Like it's just using our strengths to attack and nullify weaknesses. It's just, thank God I read that stuff now and I actually laugh, because I used to be like, oh my God, there's something wrong with me because I can't do this. And I was just beating the crap out of myself using the personal development world to do it. So I'll do the reading. Hey, Diane, I miss you so much. It's so great to see you. I've heard so many motivational quotes like this one. If I'm honest with myself, this exhausts me. It also feels like a fight, like a karate fight, right, Marcia? I've been pushing my whole life, pushing to overcome limitations, pushing to succeed, pushing. If I'm honest with myself, the pushing might appear to work on some level. It might appear to get me what I think I want, but at what cost? The personal development world is riddled with pushing energy and overcoming weaknesses. This may sound reasonable. It may sound reasonable to say, I want to be the best version of myself. I want to succeed in my life. What if I already am the best version of myself? Imagine that. What if my success can mean something unique? What if I can see things in a new way as I unhook from a societal standard of success that's been programmed into me? What if it's not about trying harder or reaching higher? What if it's about learning to accept and eventually even love everything about myself? I didn't read this before I said what I said. Especially the part of me that I may deem weak, right? Unlovable and unacceptable. What if my weaknesses aren't weaknesses at all? They're actually character adaptations I learned early in life to cope and survive. I love when I talk about this stuff and then I read what was written here, what came to me to write, and I go, oh my God. Then I feel like I'm reading truth or hearing truth, and I mean this with absolute humility. When I read through this stuff, I go, wow, that came through me. Somehow that came through me. And this, I just believe this is such a message that we all really need to hear. And I'm actually going to read this on my personal page too, because I think it's that important, but I'm going to reread it here as I see people are joining. What if there isn't anything weak about me? Therefore, there's no reason to attack or nullify any parts of me. I may not believe this yet, but it sure sounds better than attacking and nullifying any part of me. My inner parts are similar to my organs. They're there for a reason. So I must need them. This is a kinder way to see myself. Thought for the day. Today I set the intention to do at least one nice thing for myself. In this way, I'm practicing kindness towards myself. So, hey, good morning. So I'm going to read this over because I think this message is so important. I feel so much emotion when I read this because I know how imprisoned I felt for the longest time, reading all these pithy personal development quotes about, be the best version of yourself, find your purpose, if it's going to be, it's up to me. And how I just pummeled myself using these types of things to do it, and being so unconscious of that, and waking up from that nightmare and finding a way to learn to be kinder to myself, because it's a freaking journey. So again, I'm reading today is January 17th, but I'm reading January 16th because of my travels. I did 17 yesterday, so here you go. We must train from the inside out, using our strengths to attack and nullify weaknesses. It's not about denying a weakness may exist, but about denying its right to persist. Vince McConnell. And again, I don't think anyone that wrote these things means harm to people. I just think they're part of the culture that we live in that is all about pushing the ego's agenda, making our egos stronger rather than going within to that kinder, authentic self within us. I've heard so many motivational quotes like this one. If I'm honest with myself, this exhausts me. It also feels like a fight. I've been pushing my whole life. Pushing to overcome limitations. Pushing to succeed. Pushing. If I'm honest with myself, the pushing might appear to work on some level. It might appear to get me what I think I want, but at what cost? The personal development world is riddled with pushing energy and overcoming weaknesses. This may sound reasonable. It may sound reasonable to say, I want to be the best version of myself. I want to succeed in my life. What if I already am the best version of myself? What if my success can mean something unique? What if I can see things in a new way? As I unhook from the societal standard of success that's been programmed into me. What if it's not about trying harder or reaching higher? What if it's about learning to accept and eventually even love everything about myself, especially the parts of me I may deem weak, unlovable, and unacceptable? And what if my weaknesses aren't weaknesses at all? What if they're actually character adaptations I learned early in life to cope and survive? And what if there isn't anything weak about me? Therefore, there's no reason to attack or nullify any parts of me. I may not believe this yet, but it sure sounds better than attacking and nullifying any part of me. My inner parts are similar to my organs. They're there for a reason, so I must need them. This is a kinder way to see myself. Thought for today. Today I set the intention to do at least one nice thing for myself. In this way, I'm practicing kindness towards myself. I can't tell you how much waking up to stuff like this is for me. And it's been such a journey. And there's been times I've literally been down on my knees weeping because I've been so enculturated to the personal development world, to the pushing the ego's agenda, to thinking, I've got to do this and make this happen. And to wake up from that. And it's a process of waking up from it. And it's an interesting process because we live in a world and a culture that pushes this kind of, it's going to be up to me on all the time. So the unhooking process is literally like being on a detoxifying diet, which I am, which is interesting. It's a detoxification process from all the agendas that have been pushed on us. So Marcia, Maria, is it Lida? I love that, Lida. I hope I say that right. Diane, again, miss your face. And so happy to have you all here with me live. And I'm going to do this on my personal page because I just think this is a really good message for so many of us. So I hope you have a great rest of your day. And we're going to make it home today. The journey home continues and we'll be there. All right. Bye-bye.